I'm gonna start it this way this week.
I
think that's how I'm gonna do it.
That seems like it was the right way.
Yeah, that was it. I'm also gonna make a lot of noise.
Click. I don't know how many other ways there could have been, but.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of movement right there. There we go. Now it's all.
Actually, not that bad though.
Yeah, there we go.
Not bad.
Okay, we're here. We're back.
Hello.
It's a new week, and it's not new faces, but a new combination of them.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
a rotating band.
I'm on this side of the room as Brad.
I'm on this side of the room as Alex.
Oh, we're enemies then.
No.
Oh.
I am
on the same side.
I'm on the neutral side, and this is Kris.
I'm on a bed.
Yeah. I don't know why I don't choose my bed as.
Because you got a Papazon.
A what?
It's a foldable Papazon. That's the name of that chair.
Is that
How
what
do
it's
you know?
called? I thought it was called a disc chair.
No, it's called a Papazon.
I have no idea.
There's
I know this
$30
because a
at
long
Target.
time ago, me and my mom owned a Papazon. A real Papazon is
Like a wooden one?
Yeah, it's like a wooden base. It's like a circle.
You can get
And
it
then
at
you have
Kmart Imports.
another wooden basket.
Yeah, I
sit
know
on
what
top of
you're
it,
talking
and you
about.
put a big circular cushion inside that
Those
basket.
were really big in the 80s and 90s.
And you can move it around, like it can be like a dish where you can sit like, in, or it can be like sit like that.
I remember one of these.
I love Papazons.
Was it at Brennan's house at one point?
No.
No. Oh, so this is the video game podcast.
Oh, I thought it was the Papazon podcast.
No,
which you should
that's
work
tomorrow.
on because
Yeah, we're doing that tomorrow.
that's a great title. Papazon podcast.
Papazon podcast.
This week in Papazon news, nothing's changed.
They're still awesome.
It just
They're still
sounds
same
like
chairs.
a terrible pizza joint.
Come on down to Papazons.
Papazon.
No, actually, it sounds like a delicious pizza joint.
Mm.
I need
Papa
Papa
John's.
I think that's where they have issues. That people would be like, "Well, I'm
Papa
just gonna go to
John's.
Papa John's." You mean Papa John's, right? Like, no, I mean Papazons.
Papazon.
Papazons.
Yeah.
Anyways, video games. Let's get to it.
Yeah.
So you guys had a whole list of things you wanted to talk about, but
So let's talk about the one I say the newsworthy thing before we get into all that.
The big breaking
But
news.
Final Fantasy got pushed back till November.
I don't think that was the one that Kris was.
That's
thinking you were
fine
about to
because
say.
No?
I still have some. I have some.
Oh
beef.
my gosh.
I have beef.
We'll go to the other. I think we should start with small news. And
Yeah,
move
yeah,
to
we'll
the big
start
news,
going
and then we'll
bigger
go
and
to
bigger.
opinions.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how it's like a flow of the show.
Yeah.
But okay, so they got pushed back. So funny thing about this that I learned today, when they announced Final Fantasy 15 at E3, there was a joke in the trailer. So at the end of the trailer, it said the release date. It said November 30th, 2016, and then it was
like a slot machine. It changed back.
Yeah, and then it was like landed on November. It would be November that was going to come out, but instead it was like to September, and it was like a joke. Everyone was like, "Oh, it's coming out 2 months earlier than anyone expected." And then it comes like a month away from it. They're like, "Oh, we're actually going to push it into November."
The actual.
Like, someone said it was a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Probably. I bet you they even knew that. Like, we'll give ourselves that.
See, no. I feel like they thought it was going to come out in September, and that's why they're like, "Yeah, we have all these assets made. They were at that point making the game for like 10 years. It's like 10 years in the making."
See, this is what happened. They were like, "We can't release it until our test group finishes the game." They're still in it. They haven't finished it yet. We don't know.
I don't know. It seems like a weird.
It's really weird that it's so close to release and then a month out. That's crazy. Like at least in No Man's Sky, and we'll get to No Man's Sky later, but that was like 6 months before.
Yeah,
and
but
they told about that push out. Like they were 6 months before the actual with that initial release. And
I can't believe that game got delayed because of what we have now, and I'm like. But anyways, we'll get to that.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I'm just not surprised.
I'm not surprised either that it got pushed back. I think it's a good idea that it gets pushed back because that means they're adding more. They're gonna fix things that they couldn't fix.
Whatever.
Maybe they figure new stuff out.
I'd rather wait more and get a really good game than just rush something that is not a complete game.
Plus, like, what was the last big release that came out that didn't get delayed?
Uncharted 4?
It's just everything.
I guess,
right?
Uncharted.
I would say Uncharted 4.
I'm pretty sure. Didn't that get delayed?
Yeah, because they have pretty good long development cycles. They don't say anything until they release, just like Bethesda
It's
does.
because it's like cemented.
Yeah. You know?
It's like a Mario title. No,
and I mean, there's no issues with that game. Like, that's a full game. It's all done and ready to go and no problems. I think people take that for granted.
That is a very simple game to make. No real multiplayer.
No, it has multiplayer. It has a fully fleshed out multiplayer.
It has multiplayer.
With customization, character options.
It's just that Uncharted 4, you don't think multiplayer.
Yeah.
You think of the big epic,
Which it also
strong
has.
story.
Like games like that and GTA 5 made me look at other games that come
Like,
out.
why can't you get your shit together?
Why aren't you why aren't you adding more? Why did you take things away? Why is this a less game when it could be?
I don't
more
think
game?
that I say get your shit together. Get your shit.
I don't know.
I'm just saying. Like again, like Final Fantasy, that's a decade in the making. Like, you know.
I think it's gonna be equal out to a better game ultimately.
Yeah.
2 months
I'm
will
fine
make
with
it perfect.
Like I'm fine with it.
What also I thought was funny too about this is that the way that people found, or the way that like the story broke was that someone talked to a manager at a GameStop who got the information from developers saying that the game was getting pushed. So they got a whole bunch of like paperwork saying how to change the stand-ins.
Oh,
Because
from
there's
that
a date on the stand-in that says September. So they have it's just a sticker that says put over the thing and it says November now.
Terrible.
But yeah, so
Terrible.
I don't think a lot of people have been mad though that they're pushing.
It's
it
just
back.
terrible like that.
Final
but
Fantasy
I mean,
fans, I learned, are a lot of depressed people who are just like, this is pretty much their whole life.
You've been waiting.
I think we're gonna see like a mass suicide.
I
in
don't know,
September
man.
if it
Like I
doesn't
said,
actually
I'm a
drop.
huge, massive Final Fantasy fan, and I'm just like, at this point, I'm just like,
Yeah, for comparisons, let's go around. How many Final Fantasy games have you played?
I've played 4.
4. Chris,
all of them.
Alex.
2. Wait, no. 2. Yes.
Goose egg for Brad.
That's fine.
I played 4. I don't know. I
But
feel
see-
like Final Fantasy, when it does come out, it's going to be really divisive. It's either going to be something that they delayed and it's going to come out and everyone's going to just riot in the streets either because it's great or either because they don't understand why they waited for so long because it's
I don't
something
know.
that comes out like No Man's Sky did.
I don't know. And I'm not even trying to like pat myself on the shoulder or anything like that, but I consider myself kind of a rare breed in terms of being a fan of anything. Like, I'm a huge comic book fan. I'm a huge video game movies, but it's not like I don't get like, oh my god, you know, and start
You
going
just
on
like things.
go on forums
Yeah.
and like that person needs to die or da, 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 or oh my god, they totally raped my child. Like, yeah, I don't agree with some things, or yeah, you know, that game turned out sucky, but I'm pretty even keel on things, and I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, and to me, either way, it's going to be better than the last game because this is such a mass course correction from what happened with
Yeah, it's like a
13.
yeah, like
Or Lightning, you know, the one with
Yes.
Lightning.
13,
This game
13
looks-
too.
like God of War compared to like what other Final
Yeah,
Fantasies have.
Oh god,
been,
speaking
like,
of God of War, the new E3 trailer.
I think
Yeah, that was great.
Sorry.
Sorry.
But you know what I'm trying to say is like,
Makes sense.
from what they've already shown, like what they're doing, like making the game more game instead of just watching 20 minutes of CGI, pretty CGI scenes about a story that didn't make any sense. They finally took pride in themselves. Like, look, we're supposed to make the best RPGs. We need to get back to doing that. So they pulled all their best talent instead of like spreading them out in there. Like, no, we're gonna make the best Final Fantasy game. You know, they hired consultants in Hollywood to tell like a coherent narrative instead of a Japanese Eastern narrative, which is a lot different than the way Westerners take stories. You know,
Yeah.
it's very apparent.
I think that's why Final Fantasy is great. Like, I can understand why fans would be so like distraught in the fact it's not coming out because it has, like, there's been so many other JRPGs that have been here, like, you know, like a long time ago.
Mhm.
There's like, what was that Mana game? I don't even play
Secret
it.
of Mana, which is
Yeah,
another
people
Squaresoft.
love that one.
Yeah, it's a great game.
But like that's not as
Chrono
well known as
Trigger.
Final Fantasy, just because Final Fantasy was able to like touch so many
Yeah.
people here. Like something about Final Fantasy.
It was
is,
just
like, so
it
important
was
to
the art
Americans
style,
somehow.
it was the
Yeah.
story, it was how big and epic it felt.
In a video game.
Yeah,
which you didn't
you
get,
know, it
you
was
didn't get
great.
something like
And I may not be the Final Fantasy I grew up with, but it's going to be a great Final Fantasy. That's what I want. I don't care that it needs to stay like turn-based, or that it has to have muggles, or if it has to have, you know, whatever. I just want a really well-told game.
that. As long as
Like,
it's Chocobos.
Muggles? I thought they were Muggles.
Muggles, it doesn't really matter.
Muggles is
You gotta
Harry
have Chocobo.
Potter.
There's pretty
Yeah,
much no
there's
Final
Chocobos.
Fantasy
I
without
saw
a
As long as
Chocobo.
they're not as
I-
bad as the ones in 13, though. The Chocobos in 13 were terrible.
I mean, they look more
I
bird-like.
see. I'm
They
like,
don't look like cutie little things.
that's where like I can't really like weigh in, I guess, because Final Fantasy fans are crazy, like, excluding you guys, I guess. But like I've only played 12 and 13. I love 12. I thought that, like that was like a perfect entrance to the world. I thought it was a really fun game, cool world, interesting characters. Then 13 happened. Everyone apparently hated it. I was like, this is really fun. This is really fun.
I mean, it wasn't
was
bad.
super challenging. Like, I will be honest. I pretty much got to a part in 13 where I had to quit the game because I did not have
The know-how.
I couldn't know. Not the know-how. I know how to beat him. I did not have the equipment or what I needed to fucking do it. I just purely did not have the money to buy it. I couldn't do anything. I could not do it. And it was that fucking flower monster on the plant level in the beginning of the fucking game. So I had to start over and do it over again. But like those games, they're really fun, and I was hoping for it to come out when it was coming out. But
I mean, like I said, there's chocobos in it. That works for me.
It's gonna be fun.
It doesn't have to look like the chocobos of my
it's got
childhood.
big swords and chocobos.
You got a bunch
That's
of
all I
swords.
need.
You got a cool looking anime inspired hairstyle for dudes. You got a pretty looking anime looking girl. There's some sort of love story with it. There's 2 kingdoms at war. All the royal,
There's a movie coming out that
drama.
goes along
Yeah,
with
there's
it.
like 3 movies. There's an anime series and a CGI movie.
They're all
and-
different stories.
Yeah.
But they're all
Like
the same.
they're putting all their that's why I expect this to be I have a pretty good feeling it's good because like Squaresoft is a pretty smart company. They don't really make mistakes very often, and it looks like they're putting all their eggs in the basket with this one. And you only do I would expect them to only do that if they really believe that this is a really good game because they don't, like I said, they don't make missteps.
They're putting it all on black.
Yep, pretty much.
We talked about this.
Yeah.
Always put it on black.
So that's my last thing on Final Fantasy.
I think it still just looks really fun.
Yeah.
So,
Looks awesome.
I'm willing to wait. Who cares?
Probably won't play it.
That's fine.
Yeah, it'll probably go over my head as well. Just
I
'cause-
think it's a chance. I think people should play. You should play. Like that to me. Like it's such a it's such a new game compared to other Final Fantasies. Like the only thing that pretty much I would say is similar to other Final Fantasies is the way it's telling a story, which is like big and grand and kind of like at the same time it's new people who you've never seen before, all this kind of stuff. But like the gameplay is different than any other Final Fantasy. It's a new game, so it's a great one to step into, like as like beginning your journey in Final Fantasy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like again, like I'm going to have the same impression because I'm not terribly excited about it coming out. Like I'm kind of indifferent towards it, which is the same way I was towards No Man's Sky because I just wasn't interested in it. It had been pushed back several times. I'm gonna get more into it later, and I was absolutely right about how I felt towards it.
Should make this episode more about that later.
But yeah, and I was absolutely right about it. And so it's one of those things is I don't know if I want to drop full retail or more on a Final Fantasy game because generally they are always more than full retail too. And it's one of those things that's really
See, that's what I think too. I very rarely only games like I really want.
It's okay.
Will I-
Fine.
Will I
In the
buy
same
like a
place,
game
Alex.
like day one, like No Man's Sky? I bought day one because I had the means to, but I feel like if I didn't, I would be like, okay, I'll wait till I can. Like, I don't know. What was he saying?
Man,
Or
that chirp really
the
threw you off.
balcony
Huh?
and the chirp drew me off.
It's just a game that you want to play.
Yeah, it's a game I want to play.
It's a game I want to play. It's a game you guys don't want to play. That's fine.
Yeah,
It's
why
not that I don't. It's that I don't know if it's worth $60
I
and
get
plus
it.
because I feel
I
like it's
think
gonna
out
be
of
over
all the
retail.
games, I think out of all the games that have come out recently, this is one that is worth $60 plus. Like, I'll say right now, No Man's Sky probably definitely not.
And they already said.
But more on that later.
Yeah, more on that later.
On the report about it being pushed back, there was also the report or a side note on it that said that they already have like 4 DLCs ready to go for that game.
That's big.
but
I'm sure Fallout 4 also had like all those DLCs.
But what I'm saying
Oh,
is,
yeah.
Building in
from
their
what
head.
they're
100%.
saying is like they're free. They're doing a Witcher. Well, not a Witcher, but they're doing like that.
So does that mean the retail price is gonna jack? Because it probably does.
Yeah, because that's
No,
that
no.
doesn't mean free to me. That just means that
The
you're paying
game,
for it
the game
beforehand.
isn't
Yeah.
going to be.
Even if you don't want it.
The game isn't going to be anything more than $59.99. That's the
DLC.
standard PS4 game. If the only way it's going to be more.
I will say
is
that
if you buy the
there will be
collector's
2 options
edition.
if anything.
Yeah.
There will be you can buy just the game or you can buy
The
fucking
collect-
Seasons Pass, which is you spend $80
Well,
to
no,
get
there's
DLC.
that.
You don't
The
necessarily.
only one collection I know that Final Fantasy's ever do, and they have one already for you to buy. You can pre-order it. Is the Ultimate Collection, which gives you an action figure, gives you like fucking chains with the logo and artwork, but that's it. I mean, so you're getting something more than just the actual game. I've never been interested in any of that. I just buy the game, which means I'm only going to be paying $59.99 for it.
My views are like I'll probably just pay the $59.99 for it because it's already going to be a fucking 20-hour story that I'm going to have to deal
No,
with.
they said 35.
35-hour story. that I'm gonna have to deal with. So the thought of adding on top of that is kind of like, I don't really need that.
Yeah.
So unless it's like equipment, like that's fine. DLC like that. I
Yeah,
can
that's the
understand.
whole thing with
But,
Fallout 4 too. Is they released 6 DLCs technically, and 3 of them were equipment packs. But 3 of them were equipment packs, but one of them came with a storyline too. So that's kind of cooler, and it added lore to the story.
Yeah, the Nuka World.
Yeah, Nuka World is coming out very, very soon, and it's slated to be the biggest DLC for Fallout 4.
Which is funny because it's about an amusement park.
Well, it's
I
even
feel like it's like the smallest land you can have
well,
in like
to
a
me,
video
it's
game
funnier
sense.
too because they released Far Harbor, which a lot of fans.
You gotta say it right. It's Far Harbor. Takes place in Boston.
Far Harbor takes place in Maine.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, Bab.
But Far Harbor, a lot of people wanted it to be its own game because of how big it was.
Yeah.
And with Nuka World, they said it's going to be even bigger than. I almost said Point Lookout, but it's going to be bigger than Far Harbor, which is impressive actually. And it adds new characters, new companions, new equipment, new just lore of everything, and it's going to be really, really cool. And it's going to be exciting to see what they do with that. And I think that's how you do DLC right, is if you're going to release DLC, do a good amount of sprinkling of both. You've got plenty of storylines and plenty of content, but you've also got plenty of equipment.
I wouldn't say you necessarily just have to have like plenty of things. I say just good DLC is DLC that's not necessary.
Yeah.
Like, a DLC is extra. It should always just be extra. Like, you shouldn't need the DLC to
make
get
it
a
a
full
complete
experience.
game, yeah.
Like, that's bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
So,
Fallout 4
like-
is completely playable without all the DLCs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but-
So you should be able to get Fallout 4 and have a complete experience and be like, oh yeah, that's really fun. And then
Yeah.
like, be like, okay, I'll get Far Harbor and I'll get
Bob.
I'll get a
Automatron.
Automatron because I want to make robots.
And
or whatever,
Nuka
you know what I mean?
World. And
Like- You shouldn't need it. So if Final Fantasy 15's like, okay, here's $6, 60% of the game, and then we're gonna release the other 40% in increments of 10% for $10 each.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
like,
once a month
like,
for the
that
next
would be
year.
bullshit.
No.
But I don't see that coming.
Yeah,
at all
it's
either.
a complete.
Honestly, the way Final Fantasy works, you could split that game into 4 games and they just sell it as separate installments anyways. Like Kingdom
What they're
Hearts.
doing with 7.
Yeah,
That's
right?
what they're doing with 7.
7 is don't even get
But-
me started.
but-
We've had my views on 7.
Anyways, but I mean, it comes down to it.
You said you were gonna play it again.
We already know.
No, the original 7.
Oh.
He's talking about the fucking renewed
HD.
7. That's bullshit and stupid.
But coming down to it, we both know that we're playing it undecided. You probably ain't gonna play because you never played one before. And
It
you're not
just didn't
even-
look like my style.
Exactly, so it's fine.
he likes Super Smash Brother type games.
Well, I also like Alan Wake games.
But see, like, I feel like you just gotta like look for the story. Like the story's there.
I was
You
gonna say,
the story is like
Final Fantasies are all about
no,
stuff.
but I'm saying like you like Alan Wake because it's like a great story. It's like a tale of a man, right? Like that's every Final Fantasy game,
Yeah.
dude. Every Final Fantasy game they take a
but
character and
he's
it's
a
a
writer.
tale. It's a tale of a man.
What's up?
He's a writer.
Oh my god. Moving on.
More on that later.
Destiny.
Yes, big news with the Destiny front. Rise of Iron, there was a big Twitch reveal today at 11 this morning. And the biggest thing to come out of it was the announcement that private matchmaking is now going to go live.
You heard it first, guys. Esports.
And this is the new dawn for
Beginning of it.
esports.
This is the beginning of it. This is like if Destiny becomes an esport, this is where you're gonna have actual fans like tracking of single player stats because it's like everyone is an individual in this.
Yep.
You create your player to go into a team and benefit. So it's like you have to that person.
you can
if
trade,
there are
yeah.
teams in this esport world of fucking Destiny, they will have to practice themselves and buff up themselves, and they can't get like sloppy as themselves.
Yeah,
They have to stay
because
maintained in the
You
game.
have to keep your light level. You have to keep current with
It's
the,
like-
the gear that you have.
It's
You also
so
have to
cool.
you also have to keep current with the meta. Like handguns could be the big thing at that moment in time, or assault rifles, or pulse rifles, sniper rifles. You know what I'm saying? You always have to stay current. Whereas like CS:GO, it doesn't change. It stays. Where that's what makes me so excited. Cause I'm already a huge Destiny fan, but the ever evolving world of PvP in that
'Cause
game
it's like-
is so it changes so much.
The meta doesn't affect you like other games, but unlike other games, you affect it. Like,
Yeah.
Like how your character manipulates the world, how you make it manipulate the world, it affects.
Because I mean,
that,
how many times
the
have
outcome
like
of everything.
we call them pros? They're not pros yet, but pro players in Destiny like come up with a technique, and then that just spreads like wildfire.
Yeah, like what's
and then
I don't know much because I don't play PvP.
I mean,
we were always doing raids. We
yeah,
looked at, like,
you
what
know,
people
I
do.
mean, most of the pros would like figure out the stats on what a base damage of a gun does, and then be able to manipulate those damage stats by
Like that right there is the part of Destiny that I just like. That's right. I just can't get into. They're like, oh, the fucking C3A35 guns, assault rifle gun has a DPS this much. If you look at the percentage and then you subtract the subroots, it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Look at
dude?
that. Well, Icebreaker has an aim assist of 10, whereas Black Hammer has an aim assist.
Like what
of
it should
13.
be is this bar is smaller than this bar, so I want that one. Like it's like I think about.
But it's just it opens the door. This is the opening salvo to making Destiny a huge comeback back in not only Twitch but into other online way of streaming.
Just in general.
Because now you can do true tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
That was what everybody.
Organization can be set up for it.
That's gonna be the type of thing to watch and have a fucking fantasy league for.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, for sure.
That game.
There's already infrastructure for a fantasy league existing.
It is just because of
it's all there.
the customization per player. Like everyone has their own way of playing. You could have the same gun, the same exotic gun, and have it spec differently than
that's the thing.
so many other people. And the way you use it can be completely different than the way other people use it. Like when I used Hawkman, I use that almost like as a mid to far range handgun, like a gun. Whereas other people who go
bam bunch
try to go inside, be up close and personal. That's what was so amazing is that for one gun, it could be used in four,
like a last
3 to 4 different last word.
You're either like the guy who's like doof doof doof, or you just try to fan the fucking thing as fast as you can.
That's another gun that was used that you could be long. It could almost be treated as a long range weapon, or some people use it in conjunction with a sniper rifle, where they will only stay so far away from a player, and if that player closes in, that's when they whip out the last word and start going like that, because it doesn't matter how close. They don't need to aim; they just go like that, and then will just take down a player. But it's stuff like that, and then not only that, but then the way Trials of Osiris now, or just 3-on-3 tournament, that's gonna be intense.
It's the tweet line.
So
the 3v3 match.
Oh no, I get you.
Legends.
So I'm just really excited about that. And
this is a big step.
Yeah, it's huge.
If organization from somebody doesn't come out of this, I would be super surprised.
Dude, MLG or
Not
Bungie
even
themselves.
I'm talking about just the community in
Yeah,
general.
yeah.
Literally, the Reddit community alone. Can
There's
start
so many
There's
Destiny.
a whole new Reddit community right now.
There's so many Destiny stars already. You don't think they've been licking their
Laced Up Lauren gets on a team or
good.
something like that, right?
Good,
Boom.
There's so many Destiny stars already. All they need is a platform, and then now they have their platform.
Did I tell you about the time me and a couple of our clan members got stomped by Laced Up?
Yeah, I remember you told me
Midstream,
that.
middle of the stream.
Didn't you guys turn on the TV?
Yeah,
or the monitor?
We noticed it was her we were playing against,
And
and
then
so
you saw
I
how
was like,
many-
check your Twitch. And we checked the Twitch, there was a million people watched us get
Murdered.
just fucking wrecked instantly.
Dude, she's
Really
awesome in
bad.
the game.
It was
Or
really
someone
bad.
missed 5,000 watts again. Those, and it sounds bad, but who's gonna have the most to gain from this? Girl Destiny players. Oh my god, they're gonna blow up. Because then what's gonna happen? Sponsorships. No one wants to put a dude on their sponsorship. They're gonna put a pretty girl who's fucking talented, like Laced Up Lauren, who will fucking wreck people.
Or they go the opposite end, they pick the ugly dudes like all esports have been doing lately. Although the European leagues of esports, they usually have more attractive people.
Dude, yeah, there's some.
Those guys are all
What's
those
that?
guys are all
Isn't
models.
there's a Dota 2 all-girl team that was from Sweden or something.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Why is in movies and TV, Sweden's teams are just all women? Is it all women in that country?
Blonde, blue-eyed women.
Beer Fest? All women on their team.
Pitch Perfect, there was a couple guys. They had
They're
armor.
not Swedish? No, they're German,
They're
man.
German?
That was German, bro.
In Pitch Perfect 2?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's German.
Oh, damn.
Well,
Moving on.
More on that later.
more on that later.
Big news for Destiny, good news for Destiny, and it just makes me
Gaming
even
in
more
general.
excited. That I am so ready for Rise of Iron in September.
That's just a good idea.
By the way,
Something that should have been
the clan is already getting ready to hey, get this date off so that we can do the raid. I was like, I'm in it. So that was it. What's the Bun E? You were playing We Lucky Few.
That was so tough.
Yeah, I was like, but you got a beta access of it, right?
I got early access to We Happy Few.
We Happy Few.
Which
Okay, so what is We Happy Few?
We Happy Few
It's
is an Xbox and I believe Steam exclusive game
Man, see, I'm so out of the Xbox.
that
Yeah,
I have kind of the holy trinity. I have a PC, Xbox, and a PlayStation, so I'm able to play multiple games.
And you haven't ascended?
Sorry.
She's one of the chosen.
I don't play a lot of Xbox anymore, but I specifically started playing again solely for We Happy Few because I was really, really interested. It got announced about a year and a half ago.
And isn't it like an English version of like BioShock? Or...
Yeah, it's very, very BioShock. It's very, very
much like that.
It's very BioShock Infinite.
Yeah, you're probably not gonna like it, Alex.
I'm back on that this one.
It's like it met BioShock had a baby with Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, very
I'm
much so.
really stepping out of this
Yeah,
one.
you don't like
You
that either.
completely fucking lost me.
It's-
Stanley Kubrick? Ugh.
Oh, it's got some good stuff.
Shiny.
We Happy Few is an Xbox and
Sounds
Steam
like always
exclusive game that went into Kickstarter. It was actually funded by fans a year and a half ago. And if you Kickstarted it, or you backed it, you got early access this past month. And it got pushed back several times. It got
See? Every game.
Yeah, it got
Well, that's-
pushed back about
That's a Kickstarter
6
game,
months.
too, also.
Every game.
Yes. Also,
It got kicked back about 6 months, and then it was finally, they had a theatrical and a playable trailer at E3.
A playable trailer.
A playable trailer at E3, and it was really, really cool. Actually, Silent Hill had a playable trailer as well. And it's its own-
Oh, okay. If you
PT,
consider
is
that
that what
Yeah.
PT, okay.
Yeah, PT
Playable
stands,
trailer.
Yeah.
That's what that stands for.
PT stands for playable trailer.
Mind blown.
Bringing the game
they
back.
had
I
a
appreciate it
very-
now.
It was very cool, and it was really well stylized, really well designed, and you really got to see what the game was about. And then everyone got really excited, and it was kicked back another month.
Oh, they pushed back
And-
even more.
Yes.
I didn't even more excited. I need it. So it
Well,
happens.
it's at E3 now. You can't just take it back.
Well,
But
that guy tried to walk away with the NX. He just picked it up and was like, no.
but We Happy Few is set in a dystopian English town that is right around the time of World War II, and it's supposed to be if Germany won the World War II.
So it's like Man in the High Castle or.
It's like real
And to
bad, right?
yeah,
Never
and
heard
to
of Man in the
hide
High Castle.
the British population from this horrible apocalyptic world, they're all forced to take these. It's kind of like Equilibrium. They're forced to take these pills that make them happy, and they hallucinate. And
And that's all they feel. So they
yeah,
don't
all they
feel
feel.
like-
It's called joy. The pill is called joy, and that's all they feel is joy. And it doesn't matter what's around them. It doesn't matter how bad things are. They'll always see.
Be happy.
They'll always see rainbows and butterflies.
A good comparison. I don't know if you've seen it, but the voices with Ryan Reynolds
Mm-hmm.
from when he is doesn't know he's crazy, and then when he makes that turn, the way his apartment looks.
Yeah.
That's on and off the pill in this game.
And
Ugh.
Yeah.
and that it actually comes into the trailer a little bit that they showed at E3 because your character, he goes into a room and all of your coworkers are having a birthday party for someone, and they ask you to break a piñata that's on a table, and you break it, and when something hits your face and you wipe your face off and it's got blood on it, and it turns out it's actually a dead rat, and
Yeah, I can already tell I'm not gonna like it.
Just take the pill, man.
it is actually really cool. The only issue there's several issues with it. It's in early access right now, which is
You
fine.
can't blame it. They're still
Well, yeah, which
they're
is fine
still
because they're still working the kinks out of it, which is.
Are they though? They're probably on a beach going. Yeah, we're so fucking smart.
But it's got that first trailer in it. That's how it opens the game, and then you go into the actual playing it bit is because you're called a downer because you don't take your joy pills, and so you see how bad the world is, and you're sent off to this garden island where the rest of the downers live.
You're a downer.
Yeah.
Cops just popping pills
on
on
that
our
island now.
The whole world is supposed to take place in a very small section of England.
Okay,
It's
so
supposed to be-
you're gonna
yeah.
get off the island.
Yeah, you can go on. There's a bridge that leads to where everyone else is who takes joy,
Okay.
and you have to find out how to get there and how to essentially shut down the government so the world can see how. So the rest of the world can see how bad everything has gotten, and so we can start fixing it. The only there's several issues with it is mechanically it's really scatterbrained.
What is the gameplay of it? Is it like an
It's
adventure
very
game,
much
or?
survival. It's
Okay,
very
so
much
you're
survival.
collecting resources. And
Yes,
You build? Is it building and stuff?
It's crafting. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is you craft with plants and herbs. You can make lockpicks.
I
You
hate
can make
Minecraft
weapons.
for doing that. Every fucking game's a crafting game now.
So are you saying that
Minecraft
it has
did
more in common to
amazing.
do with like
they did it first, is what I'll say.
Fallout or Skyrim than it does
They did it
Bioshock
first.
Infinite? Have
It's kind of like a really bad version of Skyrim mixed with Bioshock Infinite. And
I would say like.
Did you play it?
No, I've watched a lot of gameplay videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exclusively. The look of it's definitely like playability of Bioshock.
Because yeah, I mean, I saw the
Yeah.
trailer, and the
Look
first
of the
thing
ship.
the first thing that I thought was, oh, English Bioshock.
yeah,
That's
it's
that was the first thing I
it's
got.
really stylized. It's a really pretty game. You can't really deny that it's a really pretty game. But a pretty game doesn't make up for kinks.
Sure.
And the inventory system is freaking stupid. I think it's
No thanks.
I think it's entirely stupid.
Is it just the
Um,
way it's set up, or
it's
that
set
it's so
in
it's
circles.
too small?
It's set in circles, and the first thing you get in your inventory is an inventory expansion pack, which tells me that when the game is released, it's going to be even smaller.
Because they want you to buy that.
Yes.
That's the problem.
And
Or
One of the
they're
things-
like really banking on the survival thing. Like, it's really tough. You only got this many slots. What are you gonna do?
yeah, well, Fallout 4 already did that, and they did it pretty well. So, there's issues with it though in the fact that you have to carry around certain items with you, and it takes up inventory space, even if it's a quest item. And it doesn't go by this is how much it weighs. This is how close you are to capacity. It goes in like a shovel takes up 4 slots. Whereas
Like
Resident
Resident
Evil.
Evil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or
is a
Diablo.
shovel, yeah,
Or,
is a shovel
Path of
takes up
Exile.
4 slots, whereas a bandage takes up 1, or a bottle takes 2,
I
or
think DayZ does that too.
yeah, it's really stupid,
I will
and
say-
Stalker does it too.
I will say that I don't like those inventory systems, but to me, like, those are the most like make you think inventory systems. Like that's not a bad idea. It makes you like really
But you have to
contemplate
prioritize.
importance. Yeah, like
You have to
you're like,
prioritize.
I think
is this
it's
shovel
done
important
really
right
well in
now,
Resident
or do I need more?
Yeah, I mean, Resident
do I
Evil-
need
Well,
as
what
many
is it-
That's all
bandages as like
Resident
you
I
Evil.
was
can?
gonna say that's
But-
how Resident Evil's been
Yeah.
for a while. So I mean, they know what
I
they.
think they've strayed from that.
It's
No,
for
no.
me though. It's
Just
not.
less.
It's like 4.
It's
I know
not
5
as
is-
refined. It
Well-
doesn't do it well, and again, it's got mechanical problems. Is your character doesn't react the way it should. Is your character's really lanky, which is kind of a funny stylized thing. But when you're running, your hands move in front of you.
Is it
Kinda
first person?
Like
Yeah,
yes,
Excuse me.
is your hands move in front of you, but you can also hold weapons. But if you hold weapons, you're slower, which like is in a lot of games. But if you're holding
But
a
if
weapon,
you're carrying it,
but if you're holding a weapon, like you can hold cricket bats and hit people with them. But if you're holding that, everyone is immediately hostile to you, which is stupid.
Like the ship.
Yeah, and it's one of those things is they do have a lot of work to do
Yeah.
if they want to make it a good game. Because I backed it and I really wanted it to be good because
Well,
I
again,
put
it's
money into it. But
early access. That's beta.
did you
Yeah.
do you
early
see
access.
that like silver lining? That you see like the
I
future?
see it.
of
I see if they put more work into it and they really refine what they're trying to go for, and they give because in the early access you don't even get the storyline. You get small bits and pieces of like subquests. Like there's this whole subquest where you meet a crazy man in a treehouse and you have to go find his puppet and save his puppet and bring it back to him.
Keira Knightley.
This definitely doesn't sound like my kind of game.
But the issue with that is you have to
Hello.
go through a minefield
Puppet.
to get his puppet, and you have to bring a shovel with you. And if you have no, shovel,
this fucking town.
if you have no shovel, if you have no shovel, you can't get the puppet, and then
What
he
does
freaks
the
out.
minefield look like on Joy? Oh, just go through that sandy area. This is the beachy area right there.
And there's like some funny moments of it too. Like he's like comically crazy, the guy who wants the puppet.
Puppet.
But there's the issue again is oh, well, that's great. You bring his puppet back to him, but the puppet needs a med kit, so you have to go find all the equipment to craft a med kit.
Right
and
there,
give
you
it
call
to
bullshit.
and give it to the puppet, and you're just like, okay,
No.
then.
Dead baby.
But there's also, like, you start to learn the early mechanics of the game is how you get to the city with all the people who are regular, and when you're on Joy, your face turns white, and you have it.
Clown face.
Yeah, it's like a clown face. Your face turns white, and so that's how they can tell whether or not you're a downer. And there's a way that you can get into the city early, but you had to have watched at least. I think they said it's like the first 10 minutes of a small TV in your underground sewer house thing, and it's actually 10 minutes long, and you have to watch it, and which is stupid because no one does that.
Why would you?
And
That's like
You're trying to play a video game.
all one level tricks. How is he supposed to know his toe was
but yeah,
talking
and
during that time? Keys
the
going
example
down.
of it is you walk up to a guard and he asks you who won the game of Simon Says on TV last week. That's the actual question.
Simon.
And that's the actual question.
Simon always wins.
And if you get it wrong, he beats you with a nightstick until you die. And so it's one of those things is that, again, they've got a lot of kinks and they've got a lot of concepts that they need to work on. Give it actual concept and
I'm gonna have to check this game out.
give it a lot of work. And
Well, I mean, were you expecting like a far more completed game?
I was
wouldn't have.
expecting something a little, I mean...
More, at least playable, right?
Yeah,
like
I was
enjoyably
expecting-
playable.
Yeah, I was expecting something to where when I put it down from early access, it's like, yeah, it's got its stuff, it's got to work out, but I definitely want to play it again. I put it down and was like, I could go the rest of my life and never play it again and be none the way
'Cause
there and be no different.
It sounds like it's trying to
This
do
is
too
the
much.
conspiracy theorist in me, and you know me and all those things.
Dun,
But
dun, dun, dun.
that was completely done by design, in my opinion. That was them using that period to say, what we don't know which pathway we need to take with this game. Let's put all the ideas out in front and see what works and what doesn't work. And we got a free testing beta testers with the people who gave us money.
Yeah.
We'll give them, and
I
then
think.
And you read all the comments, find the one where the
Well,
person
not
says,
only that-
I think this is what the story is going to be. And you're
They-
like, oh, that's awesome. Let's make it that.
well, not only
Thank
that,
you so much, Dicks for Picks
I'm
97.
sure, definitely they're going off the forums to see what people are saying, but they're also, dude, the data is getting recorded as they're playing it.
Mhm.
They're seeing everything that's working and that doesn't work. You're seeing how the players react to things and maybe doing something differently that they didn't expect. I like that. Oh yeah, well, that's how the game should be played. We'll use that. That's all. To me, you guys were all just a bunch of
Rats.
Rats in a test.
Well, there's that, but
On Joy.
other than holding weapons and, like, starting fights, there's no real consequence for anything, which is,
It seems like you just run away.
Yeah,
for
it
a little bit.
disencourages the player. You run 3 feet that direction in the opposite direction that you were before,
Ugh.
and the cops will lose you. And
Too far.
there's no consequence, and that doesn't make it fun for me because it's not a challenge at that point.
Sure.
And
Tic-tac.
they even went to the full length as you can eat food, but there's a chance it will be rotten, and it'll tell you when it's rotten, but you get no consequence for eating it.
That,
Which
see, I think right there, they're like, well, how often do people are they gonna eat food in the game? They see food, so they're like,
well, it's a
they-
survival-esque game, and
Yeah,
your
see,
food,
that's
your
what's weird.
food and health though they run down.
Ugh.
Your day
No, thank
in
you.
game is about 5 minutes in real life time, and it's stupid because your health and your thirst and your hunger go down like they would if it was a full day, and so you're constantly having to get food and water.
That sounds way too fast.
And you're constantly having to get food and water. Like every minute and a half, 2 minutes, you're getting food and water.
I'm pretty certain
But what
that
if you
stuff's
cook
gonna
the food?
change. Like again, I think you got maybe 15 to 20% of a game,
Yeah.
and they wanted to see how you all reacted to it.
And I think that's fine. It's more just early access means that it's at least what?
I hate
Early access it means that they're really close to getting their fully playable data out. It means they're fully close to getting the game out within at least a six month period. And right now they're just not ready. And there's plenty of gameplay online that I've played, that my friends have played, that can attest to that.
These guys
And-
made anything else?
I'm sorry.
Have they made anything else?
No, they're a very new developer, and it's one of those things that's it's made by very few people in a very tiny room. That's
Well,
that's
so
the kind of
yeah.
game it
They were
is.
all just sick of the pharmaceutical business. They're like, what can we do with this?
Big pharma was their issue.
That's hilarious, dude.
But yeah, I definitely think if it shows more promise in some of their updates, or in their beta, I will definitely consider buying it. But that
sounds like a free
it's
alpha.
got a little too much wrong with it right now. And I mean, I'm sure they'll work out enough of it, but if they leave some of the things in there that are in there, it's not going to work out very well.
Yeah.
See, and I'm also worried that they've now lost that gag on you of like in the game when the game finally comes out, you're gonna be on the joy or whatever, and you smash something, you're like, okay, it's not really that. Like you've already lost that like moment, so
that's one.
And that's gonna be like a lot of that game where you're experiencing one thing, but actually it's not that. So
well, they sent out copies of their original concept. I want to say maybe 6 months ago. They sent it out to very select people, and it looked completely different. It looked like stylistically it looked the same, but the mechanics were different. They were better. The inventory system was better. Just there was an actual quest line that kind of gave you hints as to what the actual game's about, and it was better. And they changed it, and it went in the completely opposite direction, and it's bad now. It's like if you had just stuck to what you had before, when you had less out for people to see, you would have been in a better position now.
Just only put exactly what the trailer has on it.
Right. I do think it'll be worth playing if they get some stuff worked out.
That's good. I probably won't play because it sounds like everything I hate in a video game right now. But I'm gonna check it out. I have to look at it at this point. It sounds like a mess.
Yeah, if you guys want to, like, even good or bad, definitely check it out. Because you can see gameplay footage of it on YouTube. You can see it on their website. You can see it on Steam. You can see it everywhere. A really honest review of it, good and bad, is by Miniature Nerd on YouTube. He does a really honest review of it. Because he's also British, so he really enjoys it.
This is nothing like England. Love. Cricket.
Pop it.
Pop it. Oh, man.
So that's pretty much all the big news, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Past month, so.
Good thing. Hang on, let me check my database.
Yeah.
Oh, Pokemon Go Uranium, or Pokemon Uranium's getting
Shut down, or
but no, it's still going strong.
I mean, people.
It's got 1.5 million players.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
Nintendo asked for them to stop.
No, they didn't ask them. They just started taking stuff down, and the people who made the game were like, oh, "Okay, we understand what you're saying. So respectfully, we're gonna take the game down." But at that point, 1.5 million people had downloaded it and were playing it,
and now
the company has said, "We're still gonna make patches and updates, and we're gonna still pretty much be making the game for the people who have it." And they've said like, if you pretty much can find it, you can have it.
Yeah.
So they're not taking it down, and it's.
I was gonna say, like, they may
Brand
not
new
be the one
Pokemon.
hosting where you can download it anymore, but you can just type in
Torrent,
Pokemon
torrents.
Uranium, and there's gonna be ways for you to get it. So.
That's the other biggest news, I'd say. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, and Power Morphicon just happened.
Yeah.
That's Power Rangers news. So let's skip on to the biggest thing we want to talk about today.
Which is No Man's Sky.
Oh, right. I thought we were done with all the topics.
Nope.
Right? Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, one more.
Let it go. You can start this one off. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. When I got No Man's Sky, and prior to No Man's Sky coming out, super duper excited for it, right? Like, we were all pumped for it. I got the game, I was playing, I was like, this is really fun, and I still think the gameplay is fun. I still like the gameplay. But then, like, all the news reports started to come out about it, reviews started to come out about it, I heard other people's opinions, and I, like, compared them, and I was like, yeah, I can fully understand why people hate this game, and I honestly think, at this point, it's not a good game.
I haven't seen too many like hate reviews on it.
I've seen a lot of, I wouldn't say hate, I'd say just negative. Like, not,
Really?
like, just, okay, here's the thing, though. And the reason I understand him is because Sean Murray's a fucking liar. He's a bold-faced motherfucking liar. Like, he said to countless outlets.
Online connectivity. Like,
Countless.
They would see
Countless outlets that, like, they straight up asked him, can you play this with friends? And he said, yes. And it's not even a...
So I didn't...
It's not even a tiny part of the game. Like,
So
it's not in it at all. Like, and then when people called him out on it, and like on Twitter and shit, and companies called him out, he just went, "Wow, it's amazing that people are playing this game.
Yeah, he totally
Thank you so
sidestepped it.
much,"
He
and
said-
just nothing. He said nothing about it. He hasn't said if they're gonna change it. He hasn't said anything. So I fully understand why people would hate.
I
this game,
think
because it was fully misleading.
in
what it
regards to
was.
that, I think it was always his intention to do it, but they haven't cracked it. Something's going on where.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Because it got delayed.
Yeah.
When it finally was finished, the whole group took a picture of the one disc, like,
Yeah.
we finally made it.
And I think that's what's been holding them
Like-
back the whole, because dude, the way that game is structured, I can see why it would be hard, because you got to think all the servers to run that game as is right now.
But see, that's the thing. since it's come out, only 2 galaxies are known of.
Yeah.
The PC
It's
one,
so-
presumably, and the PS4 one, Euclid, and whatever the fucking PC.
Mhm.
So, really, there's only 2 servers. There's only like 2, because it's all procedurally generated.
Yeah.
So the game's 4 gigabytes. Like, I don't think that's an excuse.
But that's what I was just trying to say is wrapping it, like if a procedurally generated game, and then you're trying to mix that in with
Left 4
something.
Dead.
Oh, that's true.
All
Shut 'em
procedurally
down.
generated. And
Even
I'm not
Minecraft
even
is-
saying that this game had to be massively multiplayer.
But I mean,
We wanted to play with 3 people.
that's true.
3 fucking people.
It's under the
Which
class
is
of MMO.
100%. 100%.
I just
able to
think the way that game is probably structured and how they designed it goes against normal guidelines of how like online play works.
I get that too, but then just don't
But
say it.
yeah, well,
they
no,
should-
but that's what I'm trying to say is I
Oh,
think
yeah.
they had every intention. I think that game, I think it'll be patched in
I thought that too.
because that's what I'm trying.
I
to
just
There's too many things where
I just
there's
think
stuff
they-
that's left open for that's
they
meant to be.
have to do it soon.
But that's what I'm trying to
Like-
say. There's too many things in that game that point to the direction that was intended, and
Trade routes.
just playing like going against
And
like
economy.
enemy AI, yeah, all that stuff just harkens to online play. And then that whole, did you see that video that was on YouTube this week where 2 players found out that they were in the same galaxy?
They
Like
just couldn't see each
they
other.
couldn't see each other. So even there,
But
right
it was on
there.
Twitch.
But
there was 2
also it was
Twitch
at
streamers.
different times.
What's that?
It was at different times.
No, they
Like,
no,
right
no,
next to each other.
they
No, but like planet that they were on, one was daytime, one was nighttime.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What they did was one realized, hey, I saw this planet on Twitch, so he contacted the guy, said, hey, can we set up a time to meet at the same time? And so they said, yeah, and you were right. One guy was it was day, and one guy it was night. So that's what I'm starting to say is like, even though the universe is connected because he saw everything that the guy who found that planet, all those stats and all that stuff was there, but they're obviously not on like the same instance.
Yeah, that's not multiplayer. Like,
Yeah. So, but what I'm trying to get
Really
is like,
shit the bed.
there's some sort of like wall that they've set up because they don't know because
I don't think it's
Either-
a wall at all. I think they didn't make it, dude. Like, it's not part. No, they've data mined the game at this point. They've fully dived into what the game
Yeah.
has in it. The giant worm
isn't there.
isn't an asset.
Yep.
And there's absolutely no multiplayer assets in any of
See,
the
let
data.
me ask you
There's
this:
assets for Xbox One,
do you think?
so that's
Do
fucking
you
weird.
think they had? How about this? Do you think they had multiplayer and somehow it breaks the game and they
no.
had to take it out?
No, I
You don't
think
think so?
I think that they wanted that was their idea to have multiplayer, and because they're an indie developer, even though they had all that PS4 money and all that Sony money behind them, it's just too overwhelming for them. The team couldn't handle it, and they made the game that they could make.
I mean, well, think
And
about online
I think
stuff.
you're right. It's gonna get patched in. I think honestly right now they're still working. They're still
Oh,
in
yeah,
their
they even
fucking
say they
cubicles
are.
like.
But I mean, think about this, and this is that.
Where do we
like,
go
Come
from
up with
here?
a jerk off.
Think about them as a developer and like couldn't do that. Think about Bungie, who is a huge developer, and all the online issues that they had to go through.
Yeah,
For
but they
Destiny.
still did it. I don't know.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
But I will say this: Destiny, when it came out, didn't give me any like. There was no lies, I would say, in Destiny. Like no bold.
No, they didn't-
lies. Like
yeah.
I would say they kind of lied with saying it's a massive multiplayer game because I'd say it's a regular multiplayer game.
Yeah.
You're only ever around 16 other fucking
yeah,
people.
yeah.
But like that's kind of a lie. But even then, you can still play with people. It was the general idea of what it was there. This is it's just a lie. It's just not
So-
there. And it would have been fine to me if it was like
Solo,
after the delay came out. I was like looking back at the game, it's kind of hard to make. So right now it's gonna be single player, but we do have plans. Like
Yeah.
just explain yourself.
Yeah.
No, every gamer loves when companies just say, "Nah, this is what we're doing." Eventually,
Take
maybe.
credit for what you're putting your name on. Like you put your
Don't
name
lie
on
to
it.
people. If you lie to people, that's like
I'm gonna
They
take
will abandon
yourself.
you. Yeah.
I'm gonna take the baton from you and just kind of go add further. So, yeah, that's absolutely. I agree with that statement and an assessment from Alex in terms of like the online play, but in terms of the actual game itself, it's not a bad game and it's not an overly great game in my opinion. And what I mean by that is, yeah, like when I opened it, just the design style, the worlds,
you're
you know,
mesmerized.
you're just like, wow, this is pretty fun. Like, I just like it, it's something new. You know, it's in terms of just design and how they present to the gamer spacefaring. You know what I'm saying? And you may disagree.
That's the thing, it's not new.
It's new in terms of like style. I'm talking.
Have you ever played the game Stellaris?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that game does No Man's. It is No Man's Sky, but it's so much better.
But
Like,
I
Stellaris
disagree.
Is tiny,
I disagree with you on that.
Stellaris is tiny, but it makes everything feel so much bigger than No Man's Sky does for me. Because No Man's Sky seems so small, and it seems like there's no point. And Stellaris, like when I play Stellaris,
So,
like
you know,
it makes me want to
I
play
would say
it.
No Man's Sky feels very fucking huge,
Yeah.
and there's no point.
And that's what I was getting at. So the point what I was getting at
your point
is that the game wows you. The game completely wows you. But then when the wow factor wears off and you really get into the meats and potatoes of the game, all it is a grind fest
It's
for
go here.
minerals.
Touch that.
And
Get back in your ship. Go here. Touch that.
and basically, what I'm getting at with that is that sure it's an interesting way of doing. Go here, touch this, go here, grab that, keep that, power up your ship, do the same
Sell
thing,
it.
rinse and repeat. But there's no because there is no true path to getting where you get to point A to point B. There's multiple ways to get to point A and point B. It makes me just take my time even more on the game. So it doesn't make me want to just rush and blaze. I'm just like, oh, I'll get to it when I get to it. And that makes me stop playing the game. It's kind of the same way how I feel about Fallout. Fallout 4 is a fucking fantastic game, great story, but because it's so open world and so, like, you can go anywhere, I always do this with my Fallout games. I'll start it, kind of go hardcore for the first quarter of the game, and then I drop just because it's whenever I want to go or wherever I want to go, and I'm just like, I'll get to it in time. And then when I get into
and then you
it,
end up doing like trivial shit for like
yeah,
a whole week where you're just, well, I don't know, I really want to make this gun mod, so I just started walking around and picking up screws everywhere.
Or I really want my garage. I really want my garage to be this, and then you start just grinding, and then that burns you out, and then you step away from the game, and it's then 2 years, and then I finish the game. That's every Fallout game that I've done. I'll do it, put it away.
You're a different breed, Chad.
I
I
step away for 2 years. It's always 2 years, and then I finish the game. That's every Fallout game. And that's
Fallout for me is like I play half the story, and then I'm like, I'll go adventure, and I'll do like random stuff, and then I forget.
where you were at. Right?
I like
forget
look at
the
all the
story.
quests that I picked up, and I'm like, fuck, which one of these was the main one?
Yeah.
And then I start doing them all, and I'm like, I just can't fucking. I don't want to Google it. That's cheating.
And
So, back to the little kid. Thanks for the egg, sir. My dad's stuck in the well.
and No Man's Sky is like a worse extent of that because the story is paper thin. I mean, it's just
There
dialogue.
isn't. I would say there isn't a story.
Yeah, it's just
There
it's just
isn't one,
it's
dude.
just dialogue trees that lead you from one planet to the next that talk a little.
Like the.
And so
That's another thing that I feel like kind of misled you about the game. Like when I was thinking about No Man's Sky, I thought, okay, like here's what my perfect No Man's Sky would be. It'd be like a simple multiplayer, like a 4-player co-op game, where each time you went to a new galaxy, there was a different problem there, and you had to solve it. Like that's what I expected from No Man's Sky. And then
Almost
if
like-
you didn't want to solve it, you could just fucking pillage each planet for its
Almost like a
resources and get the
lesser-
fuck out of there to
Or
the
at
next
least
thing.
make it something simple.
like a lesser Mass Effect.
Yeah,
almost,
like it
right?
would be like a tiny Mass Effect where like tiny instances would happen, and the characters in the game felt somewhat meaningful. Like the races that I've experienced, besides how their languages are spelled and besides the way they look, they're all the same. They act the same. They give you the same choices for what you can do.
I was totally different in what I was expecting of No Man's Sky. What I expected was a simpler version of EVE Online, which was that because it was going to be online connective play.
No matter what.
I thought we were going to be the ones that created
This
our
economy.
our own economy, a narrative. Like, hey, we can be pirates. We'll raid other people. They'd start chasing us. Like all that type of stuff. That I thought it was a simplified version of EVE. That's what I thought I was going to get, and that's why I was okay with the design element and the lack of story or full game was because I thought we were gonna make the game, and that's not what it is.
It's like you're gonna make your own adventure. Right?
Yeah, right.
But then like you go to these planets and you go to like a monolith or something, and it gives you like a little story, and you're like, oh, okay, well
And it gives you a word.
Why can't I get that story? Why can't this just be the story? Why can't you just give me a game with spacefaring, a bad guy, and this story? You're trying to. I don't know.
and like, it kind of puts me off with the game where, like, every planet gives you an issue you have to deal with. Instead of, like, wanting me to explore the planet, I'm too busy looking for carbon because this planet affects this bar so fast that I have to continually replenish it with carbon. Instead of making the whole game, I thought was the point was to explore the planet and find things. All I'm worried
unravel
about,
a mystery.
all I'm doing is trying to find carbon, and that
learn words.
that makes me not want to play the.
Minecraft.
It makes me not want to play the game.
I will say that.
You know,
It's
I thought it
less
was all
fun
about
than-
exploring, like finding dinosaur-looking aliens and charting them and figuring out that stuff and finding ancient temples and you know, recording that and sending it up to whatever exploration
Something
federation
else that
was
like
with,
never
so.
fucking happens in that game that the trailers mislead you think would happen is when you go to like a galaxy fighting. That doesn't fucking happen. That never fucking happens.
I want to go against that because my instance, as soon as I got hyperdrive, or you know.
No, but I've seen like where I get to it and like 4 ships are attacking 1 freighter out of 3 out of groups of like 20, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool.
Well,
but I've never been like in the trailer where he comes out and there's like 2 ships right next to him, and he's like joins this like fleet, and there's like a bunch, and it's a big fight.
Oh, okay.
It's like
That
Intro to
doesn't fucking
episode
happen
3.
in that
Because
game.
what I was gonna say is like as soon as I jumped, I got in the middle of it. Like they attacked me. Like
That happens to me
punch,
too.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's like 2 ships. It's nothing grand. I have not died in that game a
There's
single
like
time.
no threat.
Really?
I've survived 2 souls, which I've learned is when the middle universe
Yeah.
rotates once
Oh.
from your original point. I've survived 2 rotations of that entire universe. I've never
Rotating.
died. I don't even understand how people fucking die in that game. It's so goddamn easy to kill everything. I got to the point where I'm pretty much fucking unkillable.
I'm not
My
gonna
life
lie.
support is through the roof. I've got extra health.
I'm not gonna lie. I died when that happened because I had no idea. I was like, what?
I was fully.
What the
I
fuck?
don't
Like,
know.
as
Just
like
chilling on the couch watching the lights go by.
it's
Wow.
like
Oh shit!
It was it was like Star
guess
Wars. It's like Star Wars where the hyperdrive, you know, the stars are going, and all of a sudden, you know, it's still like 5 minutes to get to the fucking galaxy, the new galaxy, and all of a sudden it slows down, and all of a sudden it says you have pirates on you, locked up.
Valuable cargo
and then
detected.
all of a sudden I'm just getting, and I'm like, what the, and I'm just seeing.
Yeah, no, that didn't happen to me. I was like, ship's detected, and I was like, oh, okay, and I just stopped because I noticed that the little like circle of like activity would happen. I was like, okay, that's where they're coming from. And then I was like, and I backed up because you could back up, and then they came out, and I was like, brr, 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 to the next planet.
No, for me,
I've
I kept
never
going.
lost
I'm like,
anything.
where they're flying by me? What the fuck is going on?
I will say
just
this:
see
I wish that happened more because, to me, that is where No Man's Sky shines as like a new game. It's the funnest space fighting game I've played. Like that's where I would find the multiplayer to be really fun, where you would have to like coordinate because it's hard as shit to coordinate yourself in space where there is no up, down, left, or right. It's like
Yeah, it's very hard.
when they go
But I
over
enjoy
you
it.
and to your left, you're like, are they coming at me or are they?
It's
going
like
that
Top
way
Gun.
still?
It's like
So-
Top Gun where you need a goose to like look back and like.
And the targeting system is fun for
Yeah,
the
that's
game. How
always
you have
fun.
to like it gives you someone like you're using your photon cannons, which are like the do shooting guns. Like it gives you like where you need to aim on your computer for like versus where they're going. So like it'll like that's where you go for. You know what I mean? It's really fun mechanics, and then it's just so short. It's such short bursts and
Maybe
simple bursts.
you can answer this for me.
That it's not.
And I don't know because I haven't really checked in the settings for that game, but the controls for spaceflight throw me off because I'm so used to normal other video games where down
I changed.
goes up, so you can't change
Yeah.
it. Okay, I gotta do it because it's so
Inverted,
weird
yeah.
that it's literal. Like up will take you up, where I'm so used to you press down and that'll go up. You know.
Yeah, I had to change that right away because I couldn't fucking fly
Yeah,
the ship. I was like, all right, what?
Isn't that weird
I
how
was like
much?
panicking, like I can't
How,
fucking do this. I can't
I've
do
been
it.
playing like that since, and I'm like stressed out about it because I'm.
It doesn't
and
make
isn't that,
sense.
isn't
It's
it weird
because-
that we've been
It's
conditioned
because
to play that
on,
way though?
in a
I
ship.
don't know, I usually turn it. I turn it
Where up
inverted
is up and
off,
down is
so I
down.
go up
ship,
is
in
up.
the ship.
Yeah,
You
that's
do
me
that?
too.
Yeah.
That's
Really?
me too.
No,
Yeah.
because it switches the sticks on you. You're used to looking up like this with your
Yeah,
right
yeah.
thumb. Like you look with your head up like that, but you don't look up like that. It feels unnatural.
Yeah, it
right?
feels weird.
Yeah. I get that. Because that's go
For
forward.
me, the camera's always been.
You know what I mean?
Exactly, yep.
I will
So-
say that too. I don't like how it limits your speed on things.
Mhm.
That makes me feel so uncool when I'm like,
have you?
Because I would have died a lot more in that game if the difficulty was harder on entering planets. Where it was like, just hit
I
the
would
ground.
love it if there was almost like a for landing, especially if there was almost like a mini game of how to land. Because there's almost like a mini puzzle game of how to land or how to enter planets, because I feel like that would make things a bit more challenging. It's like you're actually.
I would say if you like your system, like if you're entering, because it like gives you like the feeling of like, oh shit, I'm breaking apart as I'm entering this planet. It'd be cool if like you had to like actually like affect your shields or like
but do you think
like
that maybe
this
would
part
turn
fell
it
off
into
and
too
when you
much
landed,
of a flight simulator?
No, because it would be a spacefaring thing. If say like you're crumbling apart as you're entering this really dense atmosphere of this planet you've never been to, and as you land, oh shit, your fucking wing broke, so now you're stuck on that planet until you fix your ship.
Let me ask you,
that gives you a fucking point. Guy. Yeah, that gives you a fucking point for being there, not just to pillage it for all it has.
How many ships have you got now?
I've bought 4 ships at this point.
4 ships? I'm still on my first because again
I didn't like that ship because I had no fucking.
I've barely left my. I'm like going through every planet.
See, that's why I think I haven't died. My goal was I saw my ship, was like, this is a piece of shit. Fuck this ship. It had one less slot than the fucking one I had, which made me mad right away. And then it had no weapons. And so my main goal was to make money and buy new ships. I did, and then I haven't died since.
I've met enough aliens now and have enough cash to buy a new ship. But now I'm just like, I want to wait for one that I like. I want to find the Firefly one, because that Firefly
those are like 30 million credits.
I'll fucking buy it.
Those are all too.
But have you seen it now in the wild?
I've seen multiple Firefly-like ships though now.
Really?
Like, I will say that. I haven't seen, like, every time I go to a new place, I always see at least 3 new ships. Like I'll see similar shapes, but
they're always new.
There's always like a one new one where I'm like, ooh, that's cool.
Is there like an X-Wing one? Have you seen an X-Wing one?
Yes.
Like a true pointed nose with
oh no, not I've seen like either the pointed nose or the X-wings, but I haven't
never
seen
put
like
together.
Never put together. Nope. I don't think they're gonna do that.
Well, I was gonna say
on the nose.
The Fireflies. That Firefly ship's the most on the nose ship.
I did see a really cool ship that was asymmetrical. I love the asymmetrical.
Yeah.
The one I have now is asymmetrical. Like the cargo space is.
I saw which one you were talking about. I finally saw it. The one that you were telling me, the asymmetrical, where it was like the cockpit was all on one side and it was 3 wings or like an X-wing type thing. I saw that.
Cool.
I could have bought it, but I didn't want to.
That part of the game's cool. I think the space part is cool. It's just when you get to what do I do? You shouldn't just do. You should probably just fly around and shoot asteroids and wait for a ship to come and fight you, because that's more fun you're gonna have. Otherwise, you're gonna spend your time trying to mine things and make money, and then you go, "Why did I make this money? I guess I made this money to buy more ships." That's the other thing I wish. Why can't I have all the ships? Why can't I just have all the ships?
I wanted to know. I thought for some reason, and they never said it in the trailers or anything, so it was, you could customize, like interchange parts. That would have been awesome.
I reached a disappointing moment in the game too. That kind of killed me on it.
What?
You know, in space stations and on some places, you'll have things that require Atlas V1 chips. I learned how to make those.
Nice. Now you don't need.
It's the most fucking underwhelming thing I've ever experienced in a video game in my life. I got to a space station. I used the first one I ever made. Went into that side room and I was like, what's gonna be in here? What's gonna be? No. There was something in there.
Oh, yeah?
Fucking exosuit slot increase.
Oh.
Which I found at that point.
You already had enough.
I have 30 slots on my exosuit.
I was about to say.
I was like, I'm not spending my fucking money on this.
Do you think?
Fucking shit. I was pissed. I was like, this is.
Do you think that was random? Or
I've been to other ones. They're all like
the same.
That's the easiest way to get upgrades for your exosuit. Is to just make those chips and go into that room.
Oh jeez.
I was like, fuck you.
How fast can you get the talent to make those?
You have to find a space anomaly, so it's pretty much as fast as you find a space anomaly.
Really?
Which is pretty much random. Yep.
Alright,
here's what you do. You go into the warp map, you scan, and it'll say space anomaly detected. The next one you go to will have a space anomaly into it. You go inside, you talk to the guy, he'll give you about 5 words of knowledge, and he'll also give you a recipe. I'm thinking I got lucky and learned how to make that, so you might not necessarily learn how to. You might learn shit you already know. That also irritates me. I hate everything I've learned. I've already known how to do it.
All right, so to wrap up this topic, let's go down the line, and you've been playing it, right?
Yeah, I played a little.
So let's go with what's the one thing you like the most about what we have right now, and what's the one thing they need to fix?
There's a lot they need to fix. One of the things I took away from it as well, just kind of to touch on what Alex said about it being, and you said as well about it being mesmerizing. To me, it really wasn't. It was really ugly, and I still think that it's ugly. I turned on like high graphics, high qualities for everything, and I didn't know if this is the kind of style they were going for.
PS4?
What?
You're playing on PS4?
Yeah, you can turn up stuff on there, but and you turn up everything on it because you want it to be this gorgeous game. And I don't know if this is the style they're going for, but it's really ugly. And it shudders a lot, and when you're moving, things kind of just pop out in your face because they're loading. And they try to hide loading by little, like, pixelated firefly things, which is stupid.
That's the procedurally generated.
Yeah,
I don't think that's loading. Loading that they're hiding is warping from system to system.
Yeah.
That's where it's loading the game.
And, no, what I think it does well is that it knows how to keep you occupied. Like, it does, like, it's like playing Angry Birds on the toilet. Like, yeah, you're occupied, but you're not really having fun.
That's one of the main things I've heard about this game. It's like, the people who are playing it the most right now are people who are like, well, like, do you like the game? I don't know. I'm going to go home and play it for 5 hours, but I can't really answer that question. Like,
it keeps you busy, but it's not entertaining. Like, it's like, yeah, it's something to do when you don't want to do your laundry, but you... There's no point to it at the end of the day. You don't feel fulfilled after playing it. Like, you can play Fallout 4, you can play Overwatch, even for 5 hours and feel like you've done something.
See, I think all that stems from the fucking developers lying to our faces and saying what the game isn't.
And I feel like No Man's Sky, you can play for 5, you can play for 10 or 24 hours, it does not matter. You will feel no different than when you sat down and started playing, except maybe a little tired.
Actually, if you get to, like, the end of the Atlas, you learn other things. You pay attention to those little story bits. Like,
even so, like...
You do learn stuff from that. And that's where, like, I've gotten some, like, ooh, okay, this is kind of interesting. Like, what is this Atlas? Why do it interest me? Like, that's where I don't understand. Like, they keep hinting at a better game, and it's in there, and it didn't fucking do it. Instead, they tried to make Minecraft, and they failed at that, too.
Yeah. It's Minecraft in space, but worse. And it's...
You can't build nothing.
Well,
Minecraft...
Minecraft
And it's weird you can't name your ship.
Yeah, that's weird.
You can name literally anything else but your ship.
Minecraft even has multiplayer. Like, there's a big standout. Minecraft even has multiplayer. And again, like, it's got a lot to work on, like everything you guys touched on. If these patches come out, hopefully they will. But I mean, I guess the main thing you can take from it is if you're really bored and don't feel like playing anything else, go and play No Man's Sky. But don't pay $60 for it. I don't think it's a $60 game. I think it is an early access game at best. I think it's not ready.
So, yeah,
and I don't.
I
don't think it's ready, and I think it's not worth $60.
All right, Kris.
See, I'll say. Oh, go ahead.
Like I said, it is neither a terrible game nor a truly great one. It seems to be somewhere stuck in no man's land as a high concept game. You saw what I did there? But, I mean, it has a great concept. It just feels that, like what Alex said in before, is that this was a big idea, high concept, that was too heavy and too much weight on a small little team.
Instead of explaining that to its audience,
and
let it throw up in on our face.
And
they tried to make the best out of that by saying it was 13 people. It's like, that can be a detriment to you.
But what I would say is that, again, I think I don't mind the graphic style. Like, it's different. It looks indie, like simplistic polygon or shaders, and
I like the art style too.
Like, I don't mind that. I kind of like that. If I was going for realism, it would be just like any other space game, like Eve or stuff like. I kind of like this retro, kind of simplistic shading look, and so I don't mind that. I think it was a genius idea to create a procedurally generated space faring game.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a great idea. I just don't I think the idea was too big for that 13-man team. And so in that regard it failed. But I don't like what Bunny says in terms of like you could pay for 2 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours and you're still going to feel the same that you love. I kind of have to disagree with her on that because there are things that I want out of that game. Like when I see a ship that flies by and I'm like, oh, I want that ship. So I'm following it around or I'm going to a space station and I see it and I get it. I feel accomplished because
That is a feat. So
Yeah.
those ships are fucking expensive.
And
you have
exactly.
to put in time to get the money.
And that's the thing that I think they copied from Eve, because you know how damn hard that games like Eve are to get spaceships and shit. But like when you get that ship, you feel good. You're like, all right, now I got a bigger ship. It looks awesome. It's got more slots. I can do things. I can do more things.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I feel
but
like 5 minutes later, that feeling wears off.
sure, but it still doesn't make me not feel like I didn't do anything in that game. Or especially when I got the ship, got in a battle with pirates, killed the pirates, and then go down and like discovered like awesome penis head T-Rex, which is I guess was a thing that got discovered today. You know what I'm saying?
People are discovering dicks all over the place.
There's like, but you see,
dick-headed creatures are everywhere.
That feels interesting. Like I don't feel like, oh, all right, you know. And I like the idea that if I get to a planet and I call it Kris's planet, somewhere down the line there will be a fool that lands on Kris's planet. You know, that's pretty cool. Or things that I do will have a lasting effect to another player.
But you just know that it'd be so much better that if you could stay on Kris's
Yeah,
planet,
and
wait
see,
for somebody.
and see it.
No, but wait for somebody. They land there and you kill the fuck out of
Yeah.
them and steal all their shit.
That'd be
and
awesome.
then like every time they try to come get it back, you're like, nope,
Nope.
my planet.
And then
Fuck out of here.
have a big ass cargo freighter taking all that
Yeah, and
stuff.
then name everything like all the creatures after
Kris's
yourself.
Kris's creatures.
You gotta find a planet that's super hostile. Super fucking hostile. like,
Well, hopefully I get a planet with T-Rex dickheads roaming
You're
around.
gonna ride
They're
around
just
like
coming all over your
And
head.
I'm gonna be, do you remember that 80s cartoon where there's that dude riding like a dinosaur with a spear and all that?
Flintstones.
No. It's like a sci-fi one. But I would do that with
Land of
a
the Lost.
T-Rex penis head. You know, I'd have my
Like
futuristic
Giant Quest.
spear. No, it's like a famous cover on a VHS.
The dicks before time.
Dicks before
Sure.
If you find the picture, put it in the comments. I want to see it.
Sure.
Um, but yeah, Alex. So that's my thought on the game.
All right, Alex. Final punches. You've
Unfulfilled
been,
potential.
you've been really
like,
excited.
I love the game for what it is. Sort of. I like.
You're with me.
It's-
You're on the same.
Yeah, like it's so in the middle because I'm torn. I'm thrown off because it's such a lie, but I'm not thrown in because it is pretty fun when you're in your ship and you're killing things and you feel like I feel like a badass when I wipe out like the Sentinels ship. That's the only time where it's like feels. Have you ever fought Sentinels in that game?
No, I stay away from
In
those
space?
right now.
So like you fight Sentinels in space. It starts off like one Sentinel pop out to see what's up. You destroy it. 2 Sentinels will come after that. You destroy them. 3 Sentinels will come after
Do
that.
they come out the same way as the planet? Like after you mine too much?
No, it's like after you kill things.
Really?
After you kill people like too often in space, they'll be like, "Hey, stop killing
Stop
people."
doing that.
But it just keeps sending waves of more and more Sentinels at you, and it's like,
Do they get bigger?
no, it's the same ships.
Mm.
See, yet again, it's like, okay, I guess you're sending more and more enemies at me. But I think that's kind of fun because it gets a little bit harder, and that's why I haven't died because I have a good fight or flight response in that game where I'm like, okay, I can handle 4. 5 is where it gets a bit outlandish and
Time to
stupid,
war.
so I'll just like get the fuck out of there, you know. I like the game for the space stuff. I don't like it because it seemed like
The planet suck.
no, I still haven't landed on the same planet twice. I'll say that I still haven't.
Have you seen planets with a lot of creatures?
Mhm. I've seen planets with a lot of creatures. I've seen planets with absolutely none. I've seen planets that are full of trees. I've seen planets that have almost all water. I mean, I've never been to the same planet twice. But like, what was I saying that I don't like? What I don't like about it is the fact that it's trying to be Minecraft, but then it gets rid of probably the best part of Minecraft, which is creating your own world. And
It's doing it for you.
yeah, but like
It takes
you know,
the fun out of it, though.
when I make something, it's way cooler in Minecraft when I make something because I get to see it and go, that's where it goes. And I've affected it in a way that no one else can, or other people can because they can get fucking rid of it if they want to. That's the other thing. You can't, like, if I just see this creature you discovered, you discovered it, I can't change the name of it and say,
No.
fuck you, that's mine now. That'd be a way better game. It's a territory control game at that point. Where, like, you're constantly fighting over turf. But no, you can't even do that. So
It'd be too big.
to me, they should have stopped with space. Like, it should have been a multiplayer space fighting game, and they would have had a better, like, people would have a better reaction to it.
Probably.
So yeah, I like it for shooting and the space stuff, and I dislike it for very much everything else it does.
Well, I guess we'll have to see when next month rolls around, see if it's improved at all, or...
Fuck no, man. I'm gonna be so busy up on Destiny.
Oh.
What No Man's Sky? It's gonna be Destiny this, Destiny that, Destiny,
That's
Destiny.
why I don't buy games, because when I buy a game, I'm like, all right, well, this is gonna be me for like 6 months to a year.
See, that's where people's worth comes.
Can I bring
like,
up
to
a
me,
point
like,
though?
a game that I played for about. If I play a game for a whole week and I only play like an hour a day, and I spend $60, I'm like, yeah, it's fine, it was worth it.
But I just want to make
Played
this
the game.
point. Think about what I've said and what you kind of agree on is that we've going back to Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm kind of going back. I don't know. I haven't gone back fully. I need for that stuff to come out.
But you know you're pretty excited for that stuff.
And not as excited as most people.
Oh, I'm excited.
When I heard that the one thing I wanted was pretty much I had to do the one thing I'm not going to do to fucking get it, I was like, fuck it, no. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah, but there's so many other.
Not the one thing I want though.
You want the Hunter Charles, but I'm just saying there's so many other gear sets that look fucking awesome. You know,
That's the
can
one I want.
Oh my god, I will carry you to at least get.
Oh man,
the
I'm
gear.
such a weight that you'd be drowned the minute you
I will
tried.
carry you so that you get you. I told you they changed it though. You don't have to win the full matches to get gear. All you have to do is complete matches and you get gear.
Yeah, but then I get it and it's like, oh, you get a fucking 270 light. I'm like, fuck you! I can't even use it.
Yeah, you
piece of shit.
Here.
I don't know. That game's a dickhead to me. So
no, there was a span where you were getting the drops like better than me, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
It was like a day.
Nah, dude, it was like a good solid 2 months. You're like, guess what I got, man? I'm like, what'd you get? And they're like, I got the pulse rifle with this roll and that roll. I'm like, that's what I've been waiting for.
I think I was just lucky.
It is all luck. It's RNG. But what I'm still getting at is that at the end of the day, we've always been talking about games that which game is gonna like hold our attention. Like we thought Division was gonna do
You
that.
see, but like I feel like Destiny. I'm excited for Rise of Iron because it is kind of like it seems like a revitalizing of Destiny, and I'm really excited for private matches. That's the number one thing I'm excited about. But like the content itself, like the fact that what's it called, the rocket launcher is coming back. Gallahorn's coming back. Yeah. Okay.
But there's a slew of. They've just released a whole bunch of new weapons.
That's the thing. Like, I have not got excited about that game since Icebreaker. Like about a weapon.
Well,
like, that was the last gun I got excited about because to me, like that was the only gun that was like a big deal. That was so hard to get to, and I finally got it.
And it made you
shit
happy.
all over the bed on it, but they got rid of it.
But okay, let me ask you this though.
Like nothing has given me that much joy in that game since that.
How much joy would come back if they said Icebreaker's year 3? Like
I don't think
in Rise of Iron.
I think at this point I wouldn't be that.
You wouldn't even care.
Because I'm out of the game so much. It's like,
oh my god.
I'd have to fucking get. Like I'd have to grind for it. Oh, right there, I'm done. I don't even want to grind.
No, because you already have it. Because you remember how they do the exotics. If you have it now, it's already there.
Oh, do oh,
yeah.
I guess. I guess I can buy it. But then my whole fulfillment's gone. Like,
oh my god, like, no pleasing.
There isn't. Yeah, so.
We'll get more into this next time. I'm sure we'll probably be playing
Talking
that
Destiny,
more.
yep.
So that about wraps it up for this week.
I guess I'm going back to Overwatch for time.
Overwatch.
Yeah. Play someone other than Genji.
No, it's Genji all day.
You do have
every
to
day.
people other than Genji.
All day, every day.
You're unskilled because you don't.
All day, every day.
And Junkrat's the best.
Are you
That's
24 yet?
No.
I am like that close. I'm like 24.
He's been saying it for a month, by the way.
I just haven't. I've been doing other things.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man,
We've been busy.
I played
Speaking of being busy,
It's
lost
called
so hard.
writing.
we got a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, you guys gotta check it out.
Yeah. We got
We're done.
all these podcasts, as you know. This is being.
I'm being
Oh
brought
my
up.
God.
People come up to me like, "How many freaking podcasts do you do?" And I'm like,
4.
They're like every
Isn't it 4 or
week
5?
there. So I'm like, well, that's the point.
yeah.
There's supposed to be a podcast every week for you.
I just realized this is bonus round.
Yeah, bonus round.
We never said the title of it.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is bonus round.
Just
The
put
video
this part
game
at the
podcast.
beginning.
Yeah.
We're
Edit.
no.
Just
We'll
like
fix it
right
in
after you
post.
say, I think I'm gonna start it like this, and then you go, "This is bonus round." I don't think we said that at the beginning, and then cut back to
I mean,
right when I was like, "Yeah, start it like
or-
that."
Yeah.
or at the very end, we just do an outro and it says, "This is bonus round," and then you can cut that out and then put it at the very beginning.
Here,
It's
actually,
gonna be
everyone be
hilarious
quiet
when
for
you
a
guys
second.
listen to this, and I've done none of
I
this.
know.
Hang on,
Yeah,
be quiet for a
sure.
second. This is bonus round.
This is bonus round.
This is bonus round.
This is round bonus. Damn it.
Damn it! We can't use that
Yeah.
thing.
See,
It's
you're
fine.
terrible.
It's fine. We'll try it next time.
Just put the title on
I'm
the
sure-
video.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Just underneath.
But
No.
No?
what
Okay.
I like where Brad was
Okay.
going though. You know, check our channel out. We have other things other than bonus round. We have the drop. We have
Post credits
Post
podcast.
Credits
the one I never
podcast.
forget.
In between the panels.
And between the
And
panels.
It's not
between
in
the
between.
panels.
I would say in
I
between.
I
the
almost
panels.
want to say in between the panels as well, but it's between the panels.
It's just between.
And then, we have our show Boredom, and we're about to launch a new show later in the fall. A D&D based game. We won't. That's all I'm gonna say. And more will come.
Alex is in it.
Brad's in it.
Well, damn it, dude. You're supposed to give away a little.
I'm not actually in it.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm a bold-faced liar. Like, no man's
Sean
sky.
Murray.
Yeah, that guy.
He's adorable, but man, he lied to us.
He totally looks like a hipster. Have you seen the pictures? He's like,
Oh yeah.
he's like,
But I just like, have you seen the man smile? He's such a sweet looking guy. He's just so like, he's like, oh, you're gonna be able to play with your friends, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And then he's like, I can't play with my friends. He's like, oh, everyone's playing my game.
All right.
Give
Bye,
us
guys.
So,
Oh right, we gotta give a pub.
yeah, we got pub stuff, man. So, yeah, go to the YouTube channel for all the stuff we've mentioned so
Please
far.
subscribe and share.
That
Comment,
also.
like.
Comment.
Tell
Definitely
us what you
comment.
think.
Share.
Share,
And just-
share.
To start seeing more behind-the-scenes stuff, the big thing to look out for is on Instagram, behind the 1747.
And the Snapchats. When
The
we
big,
use it,
the
if we
big
can get
thing
around.
that we use is the Instagram.
I was just
Snapchat's
saying.
dying, dude.
It's
Instagram's
really
gonna
is.
Well,
swallow
didn't
it
you
in like a
just
month,
tell me
two
that
and a half.
Instagram has their own version of it now?
Yeah, I think.
Stories
Yeah, we were
now,
saying.
They
Yeah.
just don't have the lenses where you can switch your face
No,
around.
I don't
Which-
care. Who cares?
But yeah.
Eh.
Yeah, I'd say that's the
We
drawing
got
part for
Facebook,
first.
we've got
Snapchat.
Twitter, we've got...
That's for a different podcast.
Yeah, we
That's
got
for a
Twitter.
social media review podcast known
Yeah.
as I don't know. We're gonna work on that.
Yeah,
but,
we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be in our social
Pay
networking
attention to me.
podcast. It's coming out every other Tuesday on Buy Months.
Yeah, it's produced by Jesse Eisenberg himself.
Yeah, he's gonna be a guest,
He's gonna be
or it's gonna
constantly
be
playing
me
Mark
trying to do
Zuckerberg
my
the entire time.
Jesse Eisenberg impersonation.
Oh god.
Do it.
Hi.
Hi. There you go. Boom. Nailed it.
All right,
See you
so
guys.
yeah, let's get on out of here. This has been Brad Blackwell, and you can find me at
You
Dear
forget
Mr.
every
Dear
time.
Mr. Blackwell? Or
Dear Mr. Blackwell.
Dear God.
It's a new shape.
Not
for
Dear
it.
Yeah,
Mr.
I'm
Blackwell.
not
Dear
used to
God.
it.
You can find me, Alex Patrick, at Pigbits 20 on pretty much anything.
Yeah, and you can find me at K_Quan at pretty much most of things. Other than Facebook, which you're not going to get Facebook.
Yeah, fuckers, you won't ever get it.
It's private, yo.
And you can find me at
That's what I call my
PNW_bunny
fans,
on Twitter, and that has the links to my Snapchat, my Instagram, and most other things. So
There's
Little known
Claymores.
fact, Bunny is not your name though.
no, Bunny is not my name, but I've been called that since I was in 9th grade.
Oh, so you're gonna legally change it soon?
I want to.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I'm called that by most people, so it's weird when I hear my name come out of my friends, honestly.
Still probably gonna write Cheyenne.
That's
on the
totally
cast
fine.
list.
You can do whatever you
But-
feel like doing. It doesn't say Bunny on any of my social media, or it doesn't say my real name on any of my social medias, though. So, you're not,
Unconfusing. People.
unless
I'll
you,
change.
unless you say it, then no one's gonna know anyway.
All right, we will see you next Wednesday with the drop.
Alright.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye. I'll hold it till the end.
I can't find
the
the
super note too.
I can't find the stop button, bud.